We are live Wednesday night with those guys. How is everyone out there today?
We are live.
The Mavic Mini is out.
Huh? What happened?
I didn't hear you. No, I'm just here talking. You know, the Mavic Mini came out today.
Oh, yeah, it did. But my thing is, I want to know how their sales is going to be. It's already supposed to be a toy-based
Right.
drone, right?
Right.
Because it's under the 250-gram class and
Right.
2 pieces. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm in the store ordering dinner.
Well, it's supposed to be a toy grade drone, but it has very good quality from what I understand as far as its range. But it's small, so
Right.
I don't know. I don't know what kind of flying.
Right.
People
It's small and
actually
it's light.
do.
How far you think 250 grams is going to go for a bird like that?
Well,
You know? Hold on, Mike. Be right back. You know, that's my thing. For its weight
right.
class, thank you. For its weight class, it should be I see a lot of people losing that bird, man, the first time out with
Well,
it.
I hope that that's not the case because guys didn't lose their sparks and stuff like that. Well, after the updates and stuff like that, and because in the beginning there were some issues. I think that was more battery, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Anything.
Can you put these in a paper bag, please?
That was more battery than anything. Hey, Night Train, what's going on?
What's up, Night Train? I got to talk to you, Night Train, about that R9 module when I get a chance, when I get to the house, because I can't see the chat room right now. I'm in the local bodega.
Oh, okay. Good afternoon, Paul.
I see Paul join.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Paul, did you pull the trigger on that?
Did what?
Hey, Herman, let me mute for a second. What's up,
All right,
Paul?
go ahead.
Let me mute.
Okay.
Did you pull the trigger on that Mavic Mini?
No, I didn't. Did you get one at the DJI store?
I didn't go over there, but I'll be getting by there to pre-order one. They're supposed to come out the 11th.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what's going on. Best Buy has it.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, Paul.
I'm just kind of halfway torn because I ordered that Skydio too.
Skydio, and yeah, I know. But I don't know which one you think is a better flying craft as far as you being able to control it.
Yeah, well, you and I are DJI guys, We're used to the system. We understand how it works. We know what to expect. And we can concentrate on flying in our videography skills and framing and all that kind of stuff. And I think that the new Mavic Mini is going to be along those lines for just a small little put up in the air kind of thing.
Right. Like a little cutesy kind of thing.
Yeah. Now the
All right, I'm on my way to the house.
Ah, okay.
Out of the store, man. It's just this guy doesn't care that I got a live stream. I might have to tell him I got to stop working on Wednesday, then he'll understand.
Well,
no, man, people only want you to do things when it only benefits them.
Yeah.
But when you ask them, yo, I need to be home by a certain time. I just got out of his car at 2 minutes at 4 minutes before the live stream.
Yeah, but you're here.
Yeah, I'm here only because I'm on my phone, but I should have to go.
You know what? I feel better though with the workout you're giving me just watching you.
Look, it's raining and nasty out, man.
It is here too.
Yeah.
In fact, we're supposed to. I don't want to tell you this, Lawrence and Herman. Yeah. We're supposed to get snow at about 5 o'clock tomorrow.
Stop it.
That's all right.
Stop it. It'll never reach New York.
That's all right. We won't be getting it.
No, but it just, you know, what can I say?
Getting snow too, Night Train?
You want to know what?
What?
I don't mind the snow. What I do mind is the cold. I can
Nah.
deal with the snow.
Wait a second. You talking about moving to Syracuse where you're going to get both.
Yeah. Lawrence,
And a lot more of what you get now.
Snow is going to be Lawrence's new best friend when he moves to Syracuse.
Don't even stop, man. I'm not looking forward to it. Trust me. I'm not looking forward.
Just push.
I'm almost at the house. Puffing and puffing.
Don't overdo it. Just take your time. We're here.
Get your snowblower out.
Yeah, get you. Yeah, that's what you're
They
going to be.
They won't get me one, and I'm not buying it myself.
Yeah, but when you go to Syracuse, you'll have your own. I can imagine.
Oh, you're right. You're right about that.
It's going to be one of them big guys, you know, and a great big one.
Mine is going to be called Bobcat.
There you go.
Lawrence is going to have a snowblower. What else is he going to have? He's going to have one of those steel sheds.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, and a real man cave.
He's going to have it. He's going to have a he shed. Not a she shed. He's going to have a he shed.
And your wife is going to stick you out there with your drones.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And your heater.
As long as I got a fridge, I'm good.
A fridge and a heater, he's happy.
And an Instapot.
Yeah.
And a TV.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I got here kind of late was I was fighting with Comcast on and off. My internet's been going on and off for like the last 2 months. Finally, I got a hold of somebody that says, listen, I've talked to other people that have Comcast. They tell me that my modem is not capable of handling what the package I have. And the guy looks and says, yeah, you're right. So they're going to send me a new modem.
And they have no shame in it.
Nope.
Wow.
But every other time I call and I get some girl, all she wants to do is adjust me up to a higher quality.
Oh yeah, don't you know that's the trick?
Yep.
Cut the service you have,
Yep.
make it crap so that if you upgrade, that works for a year. Then after that year is up, you're back to crap again.
Yep.
That's how it goes.
What happened?
That's how they do it?
Yeah.
Wow.
They do it with cell phones. My cell phone is 2 years old. I have an LG G6. They're up to the G8. Right. You know what they tell me when I go into T-Mobile? Well, if you had the G8, you wouldn't have those problems.
Yeah. It's like automatic. And none of them are engineers. They just, if you just.
Exactly. Give me a second, guys. I have to pay the water bill.
Okay.
You know, old man things.
Hey, I get it.
Mr. Crowley, that's because they get paid to push products.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, I'll be right back.
Okay.
All right.
Well, yeah, they got to push them products no matter what, you know.
Right, and they don't care.
Nope. Well, my cell phone is so old that when the screen comes up, I can see all kinds of other things burned into the background.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just an old. I don't even know if do you remember when they came out with the LG Curve?
Right.
It's curved and you can put it in your back pocket and it flexes and doesn't screw up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Curve. It's an antique.
Well, I mean,
but it still works.
You know, a lot of these phones, pretty much, you know, if you go back to what phones had cost years ago, and just for it to make a call and receive a call, it didn't do anything else but made a call and received a call.
Mr. Crowley's here. Aerial Landscapes. Saigon is in the house.
So as we know now, you know, as far as drone news is concerned, you know, everybody talked about UPS and the first. Well, it's kind of true, but not really true.
Yeah.
Because as we know, Wing Aviation, they've they've started the same type of program, just that they've gone a little bit further. They've actually teamed up with FedEx and Walgreens.
Right.
They've already made a drone delivery.
Yep.
So hey, that's what's going on. And I remember back when I had mentioned about Wake Med Hospital and UPS the first time.
Yep.
I mentioned that Wing Aviation was actually coming to Virginia. So now in Christiansburg, Virginia, they're actually doing this, and they're actually the first to do drone delivery. So that's going on right here in the United States.
Right.
And supposedly, even now UPS has got something going on now with CVS, which for later
CVS
on.
pharmacies.
Yeah. Yeah, so they want to start delivering medication, which is a little crazy,
Yeah,
because
the next thing you know, they'll be hijacking those drones, getting the medication.
Right, the medication, because that's one of the things that they're worried about. Is that, that they're actually delivering the medication to the right person,
right.
And somebody responsible is actually receiving it.
And somebody responsible is signing for it, I'm sure.
Right, because
even if it's a digital signature,
Right, because a child wouldn't be allowed to come into the pharmacy and pick up some controlled medication. Right. A child could be at the end of that drone. You never know, receiving some kind of cough medicine that's high powered or some Sudafed or something like that. So I think that's one of the things that they're worried about right now. But UPS, like I said, they're doing the deliveries on these campuses, these hospital school campuses and stuff like that, and they're covering like 12 miles daily. Yep. The main problem that they really having is that the payload now on these drones that they're talking is about 5 pounds.
Right.
So 5 pounds is not really that much.
Except that new one with the 12 motors, and it's also a fixed wing,
Right. But you see, they're also worried about the hijacking of these drones.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, and the traffic.
Yep.
Because you have hobbyists up there.
I think too that the other thing, maybe they're not really thinking about it, but I think is that here's these expensive drones going to come and deliver something. The drone's probably worth more than what the hell they're delivering. So is there going to be
delivering? Right.
A black market in used drones being shipped back to Mexico?
Well, these drones are going to fly fully autonomously. So there's no, unless you're putting your own brains into it, you'd have to really.
Well, yeah, but I'm sure that somebody will hack the hell out of it.
Well, see, like I said, that's one of the things that they're worried about. These things being hacked and someone taking over. And plus, if they're carrying certain medications and certain samples, to the wrong hands? You know what I mean?
Talking about being hacked.
Autonomous drones.
These autonomous drones that are making these
delivery drones. Yep.
Because I had mentioned that UPS, mentioning that they were the first to start this type of thing with Wake Med Hospital, but Wing Aviation actually teamed up with FedEx and Walgreens. So Walgreens owns a lot of pharmacies.
Right.
Not only with the Walgreens names, they now own Duane Reade and stuff like that, which is a New York-based pharmacy.
Right.
So, who knows? Maybe we'll get the deliveries out here. Could you imagine that?
Well, they'll be flying those medications out to Navas out there in Syracuse for frostbite and all those kinds of things.
They might have to. If I can't get the medication that I get down here in the city.
Oh, you'll be able to get it. Could you imagine that though, drone? Lawrence, a drone getting hijacked with 5 pounds of Sudafed on it?
Yep. Or using another drone to take it out.
There you go. That's the other flip side.
You see,
but that company wing that you gave me the clip to,
Yes.
I noticed that they drop down a bag, and it
Right.
has a little simple hook on it, a little button
Mhm.
hook that you're supposed to take the bag off of. My issue with that is, what's to stop them from grabbing that thing and just yanking it really hard?
Yeah.
Well, the fines and jail time that you're going to get for doing it.
Yeah.
that's what,
If
that's what's
it's you
stopping.
that if it's you that did it and not some kid walking down the street, here's a drone dangling a bag, and
Well,
he just
I'm
yanks it
almost
out of the air.
positive that they're gonna be that they have some type of a system in place that gets that package to the proper person. Because, like I said, the thing that they were worried about was the hijacking of these drones in mid-air.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
they were also worried about the fact that 5 pounds is really not that much. So there isn't but so much that they can deliver with it. Now, the thing is, now they had to come up with a system for identification. They also worry about the increased traffic as this starts to grow. You know, the increased traffic, when Lawrence had mentioned before about these drone highways, you know, these are the things that they're talking about. They're worried about that increased traffic.
Well,
Yep.
see, that's what bothers me. These drone highways, they've been testing them for the last year or so with freaking with 30 to 50 drones at a time going in different directions. And my problem with that is, that's real scary when you got regular people flying airplanes, helicopters, and everything else under the sun.
Yeah.
Well, my thing, what I don't understand is, why is it that a company who comes up with an autonomous flight drone, why do they need to have the ability to get clearance for flight beyond the line of sight?
Right.
Whose sight are we talking about? There's nobody that's flying this thing, so it's not beyond anyone's sight. It never was within anyone's
Yeah.
sight.
There's nobody.
No, you're right.
There.
You're right. The pilot that's flying it, or the one that presses the launch button, he doesn't even see the drone.
No, he's sitting in some control center.
Right. Well, actually, from in the video that I sent to Lawrence, he's at a hub,
Yeah.
and he just puts the stuff on the in the package and closes it up, and the drone takes it to where it's got supposed to go to. So apparently, somebody's got to deliver this medication to this hub.
Yep. And load the aircraft.
So anybody out there is looking for a delivery boy job, just running from the pharmacy to this hub.
Hey, Geek Savannah, how you doing?
At least you don't have to go to a bunch of different people's homes. Just back and
Geek
forth.
Savannah says, sounds like we should all get in the delivery drone heist industry.
Oh no! Oh no!
Not getting involved in that one.
He trying to get people locked up.
Oh yeah. For
That's-
very,
that
So the
sounds
next
very
thing,
long time.
somebody's going to design escort drones that'll escort those things that are going to be dropping.
Well,
they
so you
can
think
keep an
about it.
eye on that drone
What's up, bro?
and escort it.
Yeah, but what you do is you use one of those DRL autonomous drones to take it out.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
That's what I see happening. I see people using other drones to take out other drones.
Yep.
Now where are you going?
Well, my job's never done, is
Oh.
it?
Well, I don't know.
My,
What to say.
my
Well, we're
job's never.
We're getting a workout. We're just watching Lawrence.
I thought you
Yeah,
were
you
still
know
in the
why?
living room. Now I see you running down the street again.
Time.
I can
Have you
tell.
gotten me?
I can
What
feel
happened?
my heart rate going up already, Lawrence. You just keep going.
I'm still here. I'm just off camera,
Okay.
so I can still hear you guys.
Oh, okay.
This way, I can put the phone inside my
Now
coat
let me ask
and,
you
and
this.
still talk with you.
Yeah.
So
What happened?
now you went dark there. I don't know what happened. You
He says he's got his phone in his pocket. He can still hear us,
Okay, you got your
Yep,
phone.
I
in
can
your
still hear
pocket.
you.
and he can
Okay.
muffledly talk back.
Well, yeah, like I said, that's
And
where,
I'm sure you could hear that school bus passing, etc.
Yeah.
yeah.
You
Well,
know what's so funny?
Yeah.
This phone has voice to text, right?
Yeah.
Now I could say I want a chicken sandwich, and it'll say, "You want a which?" But if I say I want a chicken sandwich, it'll put it properly.
Oh, okay. Hey, Lawrence,
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah.
listen. We'll listen for the police cars and sirens because they're going to say there's this great big guy walking down the street talking to himself.
Talking to himself.
Oh no, that's normal here in New York.
Well, you got an earpiece.
What's so different about that? That's actually normal.
Well, anyhow, like I
Now,
was
if I'm
saying
walking,
before,
now if I'm walking down the street and I'm answering myself, that's also normal.
well, we got a few of those guys around here. One of them actually moved. Yeah, like I was saying to you, Lawrence and Paul, and everyone out there in YouTube land. UPS working with WakeMed has taken trips that went from 19 minutes down to 3 minutes with this drone delivery. So this is going to happen, folks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh
Well,
yeah, this is going to happen.
Cost effective because they don't have to pay Social Security insurance and other things on the drone, you know.
And they don't have to cover any medical insurance and all that on the drone. None of that.
Yeah. Except wait till the drones unionize. Then it'll be a different situation.
What's
or
that?
The drone pilots.
Yeah.
Well, I'm interested to see how close they're going to bring these drone highways to New York, because I'm going to tell you right now, between the skyscrapers and power lines and everything else interfering, it's going to be interesting that they even bring something like that. They may bring it to the suburbs, but I don't see it in Manhattan unless they're landing on rooftops.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, landing on rooftops in Manhattan, they can get away with that.
Now, Lawrence, I don't know if you remember me saying we were talking about that committee that they had at the symposium for the FAA has their new committee and their new members that they elected earlier this year.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, it seems that Airbus, who had someone who represented the organization, and
they had someone there, you're saying?
Yes, and Drone Deploy now has teamed up to develop a partnership here, so that they're creating a traffic management system.
Really?
with the usage of Lance.
Wow.
Oh, what, did you fall down there?
No, that was the screen door. Sorry about that.
Okay. Sound like you fell down the steps or something.
Then you wouldn't. Then the camera would have went blank.
He's gone into his man cave.
Maybe, maybe not. I mean, it's a possibility you would have flipped the camera up in the air and we would have saw it tumble.
Well, now we got two Lawrences. Which one do you want to talk to?
I don't know which one's going to speak to us.
The one on top right here.
We're still getting the echo, but yeah. So what do you think about that one? Because it's kind of ironic that they would be involved in something like that.
You want to know what? It's going to happen. You know why? Because too many people are lobbying for it. There's too much money invested. And to be honest, there are a lot of jobs that could be had from it. You don't think so? I mean, you may need something more than a bachelor's. You may have to have your small child with you at work every day or something for ransom. But
you're talking about this traffic management system?
Yeah.
As long as
who do you think? Right, hold it right now, Herman. In New York City, you see the traffic management system, traffic cops.
Well,
that's New York at its best.
Well, no. What I'm saying, if what you're looking at is something like, is more so like how air traffic control controls planes taking off, landing, and not crossing each other. Well, if they did at different altitudes,
If the FAA isn't in charge of it, it's going to fail.
Yeah.
Well, it's working so far right now with manned airplanes, so it's not impossible.
Right, but the FAA has a handle on that.
Yeah, the FAA controls the manned aircraft.
They control that. Now, what's going to happen is the FAA is going to fail if they relinquish any of their power to these individual states.
Or
that's not what I'm talking about.
I know, but the point I'm trying to make is it's all tied in together. All right. And if one is affected, the other is affected. When they make these highways for these drones, of course someone's got to regulate it and run it like a control tower. But why can't they do it through the control towers at the airports? They were doing it when we had to call up the airport and let them know.
No, they weren't
flying in Brooklyn.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't. That's not what I'm talking about. You're talking about a traffic management system, the same thing as what the FAA does with air traffic controllers and airplanes.
Right.
So is that you're not going here while he's going here.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen with planes, but that can happen with a drone, even if you called up the airport 6 times and told them you were taking off. You don't know what the guy on the other side of the river is going to do. But with the management system, those drones that are going to be doing these deliveries and stuff like that are going to be managed by a traffic control system.
Well, Herman, how much longer do you think, though, if things continue to go the way they're going, there's going to be, if you're flying for commercial or 107 or whatever, in areas that you're going to have a micro transponder on that aircraft, and you're going to have a headset on and be talking to air traffic control.
Paul,
how long?
Yeah,
I don't know how long, but I do believe that is what's going to eventually.
Well, effective I had the article on it. Effective December 30th, any unmanned aircraft that flies in the air is going to need some kind of transponder.
Yeah.
But what's funny is, Herman, here in New York, they've been experimenting with drone tech and stuff. And as well as I do, the police already have the capability to see you. But now they will have the capability to not only see you, but identify you as well.
Yep.
So you can run and think you're getting away, and they'll be sitting on the block waiting for you to come to your damn house.
But see, I still say you're going to have one of those small little microphones on. You're going to have on your hip. You're going to have an aircraft transmitter on aircraft frequencies, and if a helicopter identifies you or somebody else, they're going to call you because your transponder is going to identify you.
Right, and tell you to drop to an altitude or raise to an altitude.
Exactly. And you're going to then respond back. This is Alpha X-ray 2317. Roger, will descending now to 150 feet.
Oh, it's really going to be fun then.
Yeah.
Well, that won't be too bad because we're kind of used to using radios here in New York.
This is why I always keep going back to the symposium, because if guys had watched the programs that came out from it, that this is continuously evolving. Many of us won't be here when it's finished. I mean, so this thing is continuously evolving, and it's gonna. Most of the tickets are being written by the people who are bringing these programs to.
Hello, Jerry Freeman. How you doing?
All of the companies.
Hold
on. Let me go to the chat room because.
Yeah, say hello to some of those guys.
Is there anyone you want me to send an invite to? Because.
My man, Mr. Crowley.
Mr. Crowley's there.
All right. I'm going to do a flash email, and everyone's going to have everyone's email.
Oh, really?
This will be good. Mr. Crowley. Link.
But yeah, I see, just like you guys do, that it's got to evolve, because the more aircraft they get in the air, somebody's got to be able to talk to somebody back and forth. We just can't be out there flying in the dark.
Listen, it's the same.
I just hope they don't ground the drone hobbyists completely.
They're not. Well, you want to know what? They're going to try. That's why I was
Yep.
talking about it on Sunday night.
Yep.
On Sunday night, I was saying how there are certain lobbyists in politics right now that are lobbying for each individual state to have control of their airspace from 0 ground level to 200 feet. Now, if an individual state is told you have control from 0 ground up to 200 feet, and that's including over private property and not private, they're trying to make that airspace private property. And if they make it private property, they can charge you to fly there, or they could tell you you can't fly there. Hey, Artist Fun, how are you? And welcome to Wednesday Nights with those guys. Mr. Crawley, I sent you that link, dude. Let me bring this window back up. Hey, we have a few people watching. We appreciate
Well,
you
I
all.
hope
But
they
what do
don't-
you guys in
I
the
hope they
chat
don't
think?
kick the hobbyists to the curb.
But what did you know what? If they kick the hobbyists to the curb, that would kill a lot of industries. The drone companies that are selling these drones, the drone companies that are buying the parts for their drones.
Well, you're right. You're right to an extent, and you've already seen that. DJI don't care. They'll go to whoever is going to buy the product.
Because then, if
You
they
know,
ground the hobbyist, we
you
may
know
have
what-
to do this.
when with DJI
Paul,
dealing with
if they ground us, you're
United
gonna have to
States-
join us.
I've just listened to the Marine radio.
I heard.
I've been tracking
Ludo Lou, how are you? And welcome to.
a new USS Navy ship is downbound, heading out to go into service.
Oh,
And
okay.
It's raining here, and I keep looking out. It says, I wonder if it can fly in that rain.
Newly commissioned. Well, it's been misting here in New York all day.
I look at the puddle out in the driveway, and it's going puddle, boom, boom.
Well, you know what you can do? Wrap some bubble plastic or some plastic on your drone and
What's up, Mr.
make sure the
Crowley?
arms and everything.
What's going on,
fits.
man?
How are you, buddy?
Good. You know how you're
Good.
talking about
How
the air being at 200 feet. I know what you're talking about. You got that senator that's going around saying, "Here, we want to have the owner." The problem that is huge thing of it is liability. How can you be liable for something that's up in the air, out of your control, and somebody passing through?
The same way they're
Accountability and
liable for some.
liability, you
The
don't.
same way you're liable for something on the ground that's out of your control.
But right, you could trespass through 50 properties in like a second.
But no, by them taking away control from the FAA and giving control to that local state, what's going to happen is that local state can say, all right, all of us rich people, we don't want nobody flying over our perimeter. And if they do, lock them up, prosecute them to the fullest. Now, they can also say, if you want to fly in the lovely city of Philadelphia, like Philly Drone Life is doing, you need to pay us. You don't pay us, and we see one video, you're going to jail. And just by taking that little bit of control from the FAA, it would go haywire, because then other people are going to say it worked there, it'll work in our state, and it'll catch on like a freaking virus.
Now, keep in mind too, the hobbyist still has to pay for.
What's up, Hadley?
Now,
Well,
that's
it
not
would
in
be-
place. The guy who went in front of Senate saying about the 200 feet, they laughed at him. The FAA laughed at him and said, "We're not going to."
Right. But he's slowly getting stronger, and he's getting backers now, and he's coming back with it. In 2020, he's supposed to be coming back with something else. He's trying to say, well, all right, if you won't give that power to the state, give it to the people who have that 93 acre mansion. All right, I don't want nobody flying over my joint.
He
If
won't
they
get
do,
it.
I can shoot it down.
Right.
He
That's
won't
exactly
get it.
What'll happen?
He won't get it because
Well-
first off, it's illegal for you to shoot down an aircraft.
True, but it's not illegal for you to put a jamming antenna on your roof.
Sure it is.
And now the other thing is, you should be able
Sure
to
it
tax
is.
that then.
For you to interfere with the signals,
FCC.
you're not aware of what's going on. It's not that you cannot do that.
Well, you're not only messing with the FAA, you're messing with the FCC.
Right,
that
because you're
controls all
broadcasting.
transmissions.
Because
why
you're
I don't think
broadcasting.
it's going to happen.
Only
They're not gonna let it happen.
Only Homeland Security is allowed to interfere with those things. And what I'm talking about now is Airbus and Drone Deploy create.
What's up, Drone Light?
They have now that they've partnered up to create an air traffic control system with the usage of LANs for unmanned aircrafts. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, they're slowly.
So that thing is something different. It's something that's separate.
Well,
and he's not going to get.
They're slowly creeping in that direction for sure. It's just that everybody's going to have to be able to adapt and do what they got to do in order to fly.
According to the article that I had, if you after December 30th buy any drone that's made from December 30th, I'm assuming in the United States or any place else around the world, it'll have a transponder in it. If they don't start shipping them out before that date, so on that date,
they would have
some
to
here
for
in
them
the
to be
United
available.
States. DJI will have it available, and you know that.
Right.
And I'm almost positive that this thing will be
Give
on
me a second,
when
guys.
it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
The transponder will.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's a law that's necessary, because what was going to happen and what wasn't a law was the drones needing to know where aircraft around them were in real time. That wasn't something that was necessary. DJI just went above and beyond and said that they were going to put that into their drones. So now that of having a transponder for other aircrafts to locate you and for them to be able to know where you are, for them to create a drone highway, for them to be able to create an air traffic control system, they would have to have that, or else they wouldn't know where you were in real time.
Yep.
And then you could possibly be at the same altitude in the same location as someone else at the same speed. So it's not impossible because it's been done with manned aircraft right now. And I don't think anybody is terrified of running into each other when they go down to the airport, or else the airport wouldn't be as crowded as it is in every city in this country.
Yeah, it's just us. We're going to have to adapt because we're not used to transponders.
Right.
We're not used to communicating with air traffic control. We're not used to having to do all those kinds of things. But I see it evolving to get to that point where, like Mr. Crowley, you're going to have a radio like this on your belt. You're going to have up to a headset, and you're going to check in, and you're going to say, "This is Alpha 1739er. I'm at 200 feet going in a northwest direction." And
or maybe even to take.
I believe you're going to see it simpler. I believe you're going to see it on touch screen on your phone. It's good because right now you can see planes on your phone if you have the right application.
Right.
So you're going to see transponders. You're going to see what's flying. You're going to have that visually on your phone, and you're going to do your map out where you're planning on flying, and that's what they're going to make you do. So there'll be no more like flying in the neighborhood. You know what I mean? Just racing around.
I got what you're saying, but these deliveries, they're from point to point. They know their routes.
You're going to be given.
But they can sense something else that's there.
Right.
You're going to be given clearance to fly anyway, like you are with Lance now.
Right.
Okay.
It's the same thing.
If the weather changes, they have to also, like airports, be able to change these flight paths.
Correct.
Because I'm going to tell you, a drone that's traveling 70 to 100 miles per hour hits 60 to 50 mile per hour winds. It's going to take longer for that drone to get there. So it's easier for them to reroute it on another path. Now, don't think that these highways are just going to be like from one end to another. They're going to be able to rotate them like they do the landing patterns of airplanes at airports.
Right.
If the wind is coming in where I live now off of the ocean, they take off over land. If the wind is coming in from the land, they take off over the ocean. So they're going to have to be able to do that too.
But I think for us, it's going to be a huge change. I think there's going to be, like Paul was saying, you're going to have that other additional equipment that you're going to be required to have. to update the older drones that don't have the transponders, or
Yep.
there's going to be something eventually.
That's not going to be.
drones are
That's
gonna
not
be-
going to be too hard for us here in New York, for the guys that still use radios, because you got to. They're going to have to be able to tell you that you have to move to a certain altitude, or you're not authorized to take off, and you're going to have to be able to respond, just like an airplane pilot gets into a plane.
Yeah, but here's the next problem with that. Anybody that has those hand radios has to have a license for that.
Yep. And
Now,
that's
do
where
you have to go and have another additional license on top of this drone pilot's license to do this.
Well,
Can you
I think
imagine the guy
they're
that
gonna,
wants to spray crops
Herman, don't you think they're gonna roll that into your regular licensing?
into
They
107
might,
as well.
but they
Yes.
did. They might.
They're not even talking about trying to progress the
Because
107 license.
here's what they've done. Marine radios, okay? Like here's a
Mhm.
marine radio. I can transmit it on this and everything.
Right.
You don't have to have a license anymore.
Because of the frequency.
That's right. And so
Well,
air
that's
traffic
the-
control is going to be a specific frequency.
That's the same thing with these FPV long distance pilots. The frequency that the guys are transmitting on is at the 900 megahertz frequency. Now, anything above 900 megahertz, I used to be in the ham radio. You have to have a ham radio license to
Right.
transmit. Now, what they're doing with these long distance systems are they're making it 866 megahertz.
Right.
They're making them 800 megahertz. They're making them 850 megahertz. But the problem is, just like everyone else, pretty soon, even FPV pilots will have to acknowledge where they are by having GPS or something as well.
Yep.
No, I don't think so as much for the FPV, other than I think
If you go over 100 feet or
Dude,
something.
right.
dude,
There's going to be some
dude.
regulation.
Mr. Crawley,
Yeah.
I've seen guys dive skyscrapers. Herman and I were in a park.
Yeah, I
in
know.
a
I
park.
pulled 300 feet.
But hold
probably
on, we were in a
elevation
park
down.
getting ready to fly. You remember,
Right.
Herman? And we heard an FPV drone flying this building, this skyscraper that was being built. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to have to identify 433
Flying.
megahertz is king. Why
I
so
don't
much?
know.
400? What
You
happened?
know, I don't know. I don't know about that one. They're so much smaller. You know,
Flying is flying though. You're still
yeah,
in the
you're flying though. It
airspace,
doesn't matter what it is. You're right.
you know.
I'm trying to sell myself.
Yeah. Well, the thing of it is what'll happen is it'll be a little bit much for us to grasp.
Mhm.
But going forward, if somebody gets into it after it's already in, it's just that's just the way it is, you know.
Well, you know, the point of what I was making at is that a lot of these companies that were represented at the symposium are the guys that are pulling the strings right now.
Yeah.
They're the
Yeah.
ones that's coming out with all of these things and implementing them and putting it upon everyone. You know, they're the ones that's controlling the puppet right now.
Yeah, and see
Puppet
that's actually is a good reason that there should be a UAV Pilots Association
Mhm.
should have a chair at the table saying, okay, we understand things are going to change, but this is the direction we think it should go and why. Don't
Right.
sit there and wait for them to tell us.
Mhm.
We should be involved in the baking of the cake.
Well, if you remember, there were no one in the drone pilot industry actually there as a representative.
Representing, right at all.
Yeah.
We weren't even
Not one.
AMA
But
never
you
even
want to
showed
know
up.
what? There was also no one there because they weren't invited.
Well,
Well,
no, that's not necessarily
you can't
true.
just walk
AMA
up and you cannot just walk up into one of these places and say, I want to represent Paul Murray and Mr. Crowley and Novice
Mhm.
Quads and Phantom.
We
You want
can't,
to
but
represent
like the
drone.
AMA can. The
Right,
AMA
but-
chose not to be part of the
Well,
drone party.
I'm not a big booster of the AMA.
But one of
because-
the things that they could have done, if they could have gone in there, they were welcome to go in there, and they chose not to because the drone thing wasn't a big deal to them.
Exactly.
They were
They're
actually
focused
at
in their
the
little
conference.
airfields where they can take off, loop around, take
Exactly.
off, loop around, take off, loop around.
They
You're
were
absolutely-
at the
you're
conference,
right.
but not invited to
So
speak.
long,
at the
Ludo Lou.
conference.
Thank you for
The
stopping in.
symposium now, that when they brought their the FAA's so-called committee, there was actually, when I say no drone pilots represented in the committee,
I'm
meaning
here. I'm
that
just muted. My wife
no
just got
one of any kind of on any level of drone pilot. You understand what I'm saying? Not just hobbyists. Forget about
Right.
hobbyists. There's no one that was there that was actually putting in the drone work. Someone working in the mapping industry. No one from that field. No one from those organizations. No one. Just the major players in like large aircraft companies, and people who were in communication companies. Those are the people who are running the show.
Yeah.
Those
I
are
think
the
we
ones
should
running
be,
the show.
get people to get together and have, you guys should fund me to go to Washington.
Mr. Crowley takes Washington?
Yep.
What do you do if you're not just
Other
going to
cojones.
hang out and go to the crab shack and stuff like that? And
I'm gonna go down there and find my drone in Washington. Flying in the White House. One time, I'll do that once.
Yeah, of course it'll be once because you'll be locked up afterwards.
you might be able to get in a window and get back out.
Yeah, I could probably with the racing drone. Oh, which reminds me, Lawrence, my Hawk 5 is now a Hawk 6.
Uh-oh.
Oh, very nice. Very, very nice.
Yeah. Who was talking about that? Philly Drone Mike,
Yeah,
like
Philly
this
Drone.
morning. He was talking about your tantrum you were pulling about the screw that you couldn't get out.
Oh my God, I was having a mental fit, man. I stripped a screw, the very last screw on the very last arm, and I couldn't get the screw out. So I had to end up taking a Dremel to it. And then when I pulled it apart, I ripped the wires right off it. And I had to resolder the wires back together. It was just a nightmare.
Oh, you had one of my normal days.
Yeah, it was just like a day that just sucked. But it came out good.
Yeah, there are those FPV days that that make you say,
Things that make you
I have a mallet in the back.
So, Hadley, how is the building coming along?
FR Sky QX7 works perfectly with 433 megahertz. See, I have to look into that. I have to look into that, but I want to build a Crossfire bird and system. It's just a matter of once you get the Crossfire module to go into the back of the radio, that's the most expensive part. Everything else is downhill from there. At least that's what I'm told.
Okay.
Now, whether that's really true or not is a good question. Because every time I mention the R9 module, people cringe and go, ooh, ah. But I see Night Train using the system.
Hey, Lawrence,
he's testing it out.
I'm gonna share something real quick, okay?
Go ahead.
You guys might find this interesting. Let me know.
Are you watching the ship? That's that's a brand new commission.
Brand new military ship. Yep. That's LSD, not a landing ship, but it's a close quarter combat ship for it can go coastal.
That's moving pretty fast.
I've seen one of those before.
That thing is moving fast and it's not even in high gear.
Yeah, it looks like it's just putting along.
Yeah, it's just, well, there's what they didn't show you. They zoomed in. That's the camera that's on top of the convention center. They zoomed into that. The whole side of the river is full of cars and people waving and they're taking pictures.
And this is newly commissioned.
Well, yeah, it's on its way to be commissioned.
Oh, okay, I got you.
You couldn't bring that
so
out.
It's fresh out the shop then.
Yes, fresh out. Well, it just did its sea trials out in the Great Lakes. And it was built, they build those up in Minnesota or Wisconsin.
Really?
Can you imagine that passing by here?
And when I used to always fly them and put them up, but you'll see there's actually guns mounted on them and there's somebody manning the guns.
Yeah. There's a guy in the rear left that's by a gun.
And then you see just
above the port. Just above
the starboard,
just above that starboard, the green light, right?
Yep.
Okay, just above there, I see.
There's two guys in there. Yep.
Now in the back here.
Yep.
They can land helicopters there, can they?
Yeah, they have one on board.
Okay.
It's
Really?
inside.
I was
It's,
on one
it's
of
actually
these-
inside, folded
Hold on
up.
a second. I was on one of these kind of ships before when they have Fleet Week. They can actually fit like 2 of them in there.
I think there are 2 of them side by side in there.
Right. In 2 different garage ports. And you
Yep.
can go through the garage
Yeah, you can see the
port
guys on
to
the
get into
gun
the
right
rest of
there.
the ship. And
Yep.
yes, it is protected all the way around by 50 cal.
Yep.
Could you? No, I couldn't imagine. But just you see a drone and you just go one shot, it's down, it's gone.
I'm trying to remember the name of the ship. It's the USS. I think it's the ship that took the nuclear bomb over to Japan, and it was sank. Not the Oklahoma, but
Oh, the one that sank. Right, I know.
Yeah.
And most of them drowned.
yeah, and they
Oh.
named this one after that.
Oh
Okay.
my God! It's not Minnesota.
Now, you sure you want to fly that,
Indianapolis.
Paul?
I used to. I've flown the last 4 that came through here, and when
Okay.
right here I would be doing the circle where I went down this side out and around.
Right,
And
right, right.
I get on the far side of the ship, and all of a sudden that guy would swing that 50 cal around and point it right at me.
Indianapolis.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
Indianapolis, that's
as
it.
long as you don't
No.
make any aggressive moves.
Eyes.
You see that big gun there on the back?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want one.
Yeah,
That Gatling
that's
gun? Yeah.
serious.
I got one of those.
Yeah, I know that
that's
one can
serious.
saw anything in half.
Yeah.
Um,
yeah.
When I was on the
Oh,
that
there's a
one
little
works with
door
a
hatch.
computer, and that they can pinpoint precisely where they're going to drop shells on
Yep.
that one. There's no missing with that.
No, that one can actually, that gun, if I'm correct, can actually shoot missiles out of the sky.
Yep.
because I
because
was talking to the guy on the ship when I went for Fleet Week, and he was in charge of weapons,
Yeah.
and he was telling us about every weapon on the ship, and he mentioned that gun, that this is serious because they just pinpointed in the computer, launch, and it hits what it's going to hit. There's no
Yep.
ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yep.
But they usually don't get to that point unless they're in the battle. But the 50 cals that you can see that are on every corner and every bit, top,
Yep.
bottom side of the ship.
You can see the
If
gunners
they-
on the port side there. See them?
Right. If they tell you to stop and you don't stop, you will get ripped with shots from every one of those guns if you like.
Yep.
So jump
That's pretty
aboard
cool.
if you keep
That's actually badass.
yeah.
Well, it's
Now-
if people come from all over, and it's raining and dark here, as you can see. But normally I would be flying that, but I was hoping for it to let up, but it's just getting worse out there. So,
We have such cool stuff. The military, they get all the toys.
yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. I'll stop sharing now. I don't want to bore you guys.
Oh no, that was fun.
Well, I can let you watch some more if you want to, because it'll continue.
No,
on.
that's all right, man. I want to talk about drones.
I figured.
Dude, I can't wait to fly this thing, man. This thing's gonna rip.
Oh, you didn't fly it yet?
My Hawk 6.
Since
No,
you
I just
changed
flew it in
the,
the house in my backyard real quick.
Oh, okay.
Like I just made sure it worked in the house with like goggles, and then I took it out back and ripped it around a little bit. It's cool. It's quiet,
Hey,
but it wants to just go.
Yeah, this camera, they got an operator. He can zoom that sucker in all the way down river till you can't see it anymore.
Well, with the camera that they're using there,
Yeah,
that's
Do
pretty
you
cool.
think
24/7.
I like that. They get cameras around the world. You can look at different areas and see the,
Yep.
you know what I mean, see the towns in different
Oh, yeah.
countries, and it's pretty cool.
Hey, Paul, do you think Mike bought that Mini?
The what?
The Mini.
Mike?
The mini-me?
Hi,
Pull
Michael?
the trigger on
I
this
don't
morning?
know. I don't know. I should probably call him and say, hey, did you buy it?
Why did it come out today?
Yeah, they crashed the system the first thing this morning.
Did it really? I'm going to talk to my wife now about buying one.
Hey, Mr.
Oh.
Crawley,
Yeah,
check this out. Hadley just sent me these pictures here.
my wife just said
No.
talk to my new wife.
Oh, wow. I can't get it to come up because this
What
window's in the way.
What is this from Hadley?
Hold on. If that stupid thing goes back up, I'm trying to, there it is. Here it is. Let me just go to another window. Hold on. Hadley had sent me some pictures of what he's building.
Okay.
A 6S bird. And he told me to check out the pictures. I just went to go check them out.
Whoa.
I want to see those.
Yeah, he's all 6. Look at those motors. Those are
Yeah,
sharp.
you know what? 6S is a little fast for me.
Nah,
I could see myself smashing that. No, I could see myself
dying to go
smashing
600 miles an hour.
I want to fly 6S so bad, but I have
no 6S. It speeds.
and I don't have the money to buy another bird.
6S, a slow 6S, guys, I've seen do 70, 80.
Those are the motors
slow.
that he had the other day.
Hey, what's the fastest you've flown, Mr. Crowley?
I had my 548 at wide open as fast as it can go, and that rated for 130.
Okay.
I can't see Lawrence flying 130.
I don't know if it went that, but when they speed tested it, when I purchased it, it was 130 miles an hour. These with the setup that I have.
Let me explain something. Me at 130 miles per hour in a racing drone would take off, hit maximum speed, crash and burn. That's exactly what happens when you hit.
I don't think I went 130, but that's what they rated it for.
Rick Halber, how are you? I mean, the one that he built right here, this one here is the fastest bird I've flown yet. And I think she's maxed out once or twice at about 50. And I was like, wow. So I'm cool doing 45, 40, 50 miles an hour with a tailwind. I don't need to be doing 130.
The Hawk 5 I ripped came out, and out of the box, it did 100 to 110.
Night Train, his diatone build would do $120. See, that's just too much right there. Maybe in another year or two. Right now, I'm happy with my 4S, and I can control things. If it starts getting too slow for me, just like other things, then of course you speed it up.
Hadley, he'll be getting another one soon.
Hey, you guys might get a kick out of this. The River Traffic or Marine Traffic Center identifies the Navy ship as Warship 17.
Okay,
that's awesome.
Warship 17.
Warship.
Yep.
Hey, I'm on a warship.
Well, hey, who are you to question it? Oh, now Night Train said his does $120 on a 4S battery.
Right.
See,
I'm on 4S.
What kind of motors you have? What 20, 25s, 26?
So it's time to step it up.
It's got to step it up.
No, I don't. I don't have to step up a damn thing. I'm gonna keep crawling like the little turtle on the side of the road while everybody flies by me.
Double check that.
All you need, novice, is bigger motors when you're ready to go faster.
Yeah, I get the Mamba stack with the Mamba motors, and
I can almost see.
I gotta check the size again. I forget.
A 7-inch. I can see Mr. Crowley with a 7-inch, with motors the size of your fist.
No, that's X class.
Dude, I saw an X class. The guy was
X class has motors like this.
Yeah,
no, they're not even.
X class has motors like this. I've seen.
But when I saw the X class, I was like, that would be kind of fun.
There you go. I can see
that
it.
would be kind of fun.
See, my issue is flying something that's 3 feet by 3 feet at 100 miles an hour over the head of people. I couldn't picture it.
Well, a real X class is 6 feet by 6 feet.
I've seen a couple of big ones.
Really?
Zoe FPV, she has one that's like 5 feet by 5.
She's big into that.
And that's just too damn big, man. What do? You just cover the whole wall with one drone, yo.
Hey.
Well, I do know if you go take a 5-foot X class out there in the park, that Herman's going to be standing behind some trees.
Yeah, if it was
A
5 foot, I'd
tree
want
isn't
it.
going to stop that thing from wrapping around and
You know,
grabbing you.
we were talking about drones and the the advancement and stuff like that. You're talking about these big drones like that. And we've also seen some of these drone taxis, and everybody keeps saying, "Oh, we won't ride in one," but they're trying to change. I don't know, like in cities like New York, the mentality about cars.
Yeah.
Very soon, I don't know if I'll be here to see it or
Flying
for it to
cars.
be full fledged, but we someday might be all in a drone.
I know, huh?
Because they don't want you driving your car here in places like New York. We'll be landing on buildings and parking lots and stuff like that.
Well,
But
a
you
lot of
don't
the buildings
go anywhere.
at one time in Manhattan, the skyscrapers weren't going up with enough room for helipads. Now they are. So
Well, that actually wasn't the problem. The problem was the crash at the Pan Am building.
yeah.
They're over, what's that, Park Avenue?
Mm-hmm.
When
Yeah.
that helicopter crashed up there back, I think that was in the 70s.
Yes, I remember.
They stopped all rooftop heliports in New York. So it might come back because they don't want cars on the road anymore. And I keep hearing about these drone taxis that they're
Well,
gonna
look,
take off.
Uber's looking into an air taxi. In Dubai, air
I
taxis are
think they already have it with a helicopter.
Well,
in
not only
Dubai, air taxis are already working.
Lawrence,
Imagine being able to live in
don't
Dubai.
they also
Oh my
have
God, the
don't they
money out
have
there.
motorcycle air cops?
Yeah, in Dubai also.
Yeah,
Yes,
in Dubai.
right, right. The police are on motorcycle drones.
Yeah, they're wicked
And
weird
the
looking.
air
Right?
taxis, they're taxis, I guess, to go from skyscraper to skyscraper,
Yeah.
are e-hang passenger drones.
Yeah.
Can
You
you
know you go
imagine
to jail
getting
there
pulled-
for not making car payments
Uh-huh.
because most of them have a Lamborghini, a Ferrari. You know what I mean? Huge money
Uh-huh.
cars. You go to jail for not making car payments.
It must be
Could
nice.
you imagine getting pulled over going too fast in your drone
Yeah,
by this AF cop?
that would be awesome.
Can you imagine
Well,
that? I'm up here because I'm
Yeah, you
trying to
just set them
save
to
time and you pulling me
self-detonate.
over.
Boom.
Fast forward that Herman is
Yeah.
E-Hang's drones are autonomous.
Yes.
You don't fly them.
Yes.
So now you're going to have an autonomous cop drone
Oh,
who's going to
yeah.
pull over an autonomous passenger drone.
You know what? To be honest, you know what's going to nip all that in the butt?
The
and
first
make
accident?
people say, hold on, maybe we went too far. When the first drone
accident?
gets hacked and hijacked.
Yeah.
No, the first accident.
The first fatale.
Yes. Yes. Fireball. You saw the plane that crashed yesterday, right?
That's
No.
why.
The Cessna that crashed. There's a Cessna that crashed
Right.
yesterday. The plane went through the house. Okay. He
Oh,
had
man.
clearance to fly from wherever he was flying from in Virginia to Lyndhurst. I don't know where his destination was, but upon approach landing, all of a sudden, someone's doorbell cam, the ring, that ring doorbell,
Yeah.
it notices any sudden change in light and it caught the plane going down. It was a 2-engine Cessna, and they say that the actual plane engine and most of it is down in the basement. The only thing that survived was like part of a wing sticking out through the roof, but the
Right.
whole house turned into a fireball. Can you
Wow.
imagine a drone with batteries that don't go until they finish burning out?
Right.
Well, you remember from some of the things they talking about within the next 6 years, these things coming to fruition. So that air traffic has to be controlled.
Yep.
But my problem is, all right, your drone has a transponder, mine has a transponder. We're all 4 of us are flying in the same spot. 2 guys are in the air, 1 guy's prepping and 1 guy's changing out batteries. Now, if they're flying passenger drones over our heads, delivery drones over our heads, and airplanes, where are we going to fit in? At the
You know what? You
100-foot
bring up
mark?
questions
At
that's
10
kind of like the
stories?
math question. The train traveling at 400 miles an hour, stopping at level B with 4 kids being picked up. I'm like trying to think these things. I'm like, I know the answer.
You know what? Like, you know, I keep saying it. You know, these things are gonna happen, but I just hope I'm not here when they really go full fledged with this.
You want to know what?
I would like to see. I would like to see it happen. I don't want to be there when it does.
When it happens, right?
Right,
I'll watch it from the other side.
Right. Like, for example,
when the drones take over.
I never would have thought that I've seen so much history. I've seen earthquakes during the World Series.
Yeah,
I've seen
cars
during soccer games.
Cars.
We've seen this the Twin Towers go. I've seen a lot of history, and I really don't want to see where
you've seen them go up and open too.
The Red Sox to the World Series.
It opened up when you were a little kid.
Yeah.
Well, Lawrence remembers. He doesn't want to tell you this, but Lawrence remembers the Civil War. About what most people don't know is Lawrence is really an alien, and he's 400 years old.
You got more silver than me, and you're talking about ancient?
He said he's a Terminator. He came back in time.
Yeah.
Paul hasn't told anyone, but he's got a side job on Nat Geo narrator. I know it for a fact. And here is the golden Mr. Crowley at peak bloom. Look, all I know is this drone thing is changing so fast that I'm pretty sure the next 3 to 5 years will determine how much hobbyists fly, or we as hobbyists have to go get a job just to be able to fly. I'll do that. All right, yeah, I can't fly. What drone company will hire a 55-year-old? I'm down.
But see, but if you really think about it, Lawrence.
What's up, Roger?
Hey,
private aircraft people, they have to have a job in order to fly too, because that's not cheap either.
Right. But even doing little side jobs, you know how you have in New York City, you have the yellow cab, right?
Yep.
And then they have what you call the gypsy cabs or you know, the illegitimate cabs.
Yeah.
It'll become the same thing in the drone world. You'll have so many people making money. What's up, guys? How are you, Rick Halver and everyone? You'll have so many guys making money through drone companies and drone businesses and things like that. But you'll also have that jack that you can get to put in your carburetor for $200 as opposed to the dealer doing it for $8.
Well, and you're going to have the housewives out there with these flying cars doing Uber rides. You know.
Please don't scare me, man. That's scary. That's a scary thought. That is.
Can you imagine the Sunday traffic?
Little boys' room.
Because food delivery right now, food delivery is becoming obsolete. What do we need a Uber driver or Uber Eats for when a drone can come and drop me a bag in my yard and be out?
Well, as long as your meal doesn't weigh more than 5
Santiago,
pounds.
what's up, my friend? What happened?
As long as your meal doesn't weigh more than 5 pounds, then Wing Aviation will deliver it.
Well, they're doing it in Virginia. Wait a minute.
That's what I'm saying to you, but they're delivering that can only carry up to 5 pounds.
Right. Let me go and show that video, but that's okay because they have that drone. Well, that's a 6 foot by 9 foot drone, but they have those drones that can.
Yeah, the one that can carry up to
70
300.
Pounds.
Yeah, that 300-pound drone that can carry 70 pounds. What a waste. Big old thing like that. It only carries 70 pounds.
Okay, let's see. Hold on, because you sent me the link. So I know I have to. That's drone news on Twitter. Sent you DC.
Hey, Val.
Here it is.
Hey, guys.
How's it shaking?
Hi, Val. Long time no see. Long time no hear from.
No, I've missed you guys. The
Where you
first
been?
Wednesday I've had off.
Were you getting coffee?
Yeah.
No, don't.
Well, it's good to see you. I hadn't seen you. To be honest, I hadn't seen you, Val, since you became an international item.
Yeah, what about that?
International Idol.
You
When
know,
did that
Cindy,
happen?
Yeah.
you're an international item. Kim is in Canada. You're down here. You know, y'all doing this international thing, and I'm like, oh, she done forgot all about us.
Yeah, she don't know us no more.
Val, there's tons of rumors. Come on, what's up?
What happened? Kim won't let you hang out with us?
Yeah.
Don't tell me you're getting all don't tell me you're getting all bougie on us.
No.
She got all booed up with Kim, so now Kim won't let her come to
I
invite
know
her
she
live
got
shows.
bougie on us over her boo.
My sweet boo. No, I've just been working on Wednesdays. I've been working Sundays. I didn't even get on Kim's stream on Sunday. So yeah, it's been crazy. Hey, Paul.
Hey Val, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I missed you, Papa.
Yeah. Are we going through the drive-through?
Oh, she
Oh,
just
we already did. I had to do that
Oh,
off. I just waited. Here we go. I got bit by my cat. It hurts.
You got bit by your cat?
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
damn cat.
You know what that means, right?
Gotta throw him out the window.
You can wake up in the morning with cat ears.
especially during Halloween.
Actually,
Oh, cat scratch fever.
Like in the, what do you call it there?
What
uh,
did you say?
In the Flintstones, you got to put them outside.
Cat scratch.
Oh yeah, like Dino.
yeah, I think I'm ready. But now it's hiding. It's new.
No,
It's
Dino
kept.
had his own bed.
Now
You
it's
got to
hiding.
put the cat out.
Hey Val, Geek Savannah and all of your friends are in the chat.
Hey guys.
Oh, wait a minute. Roger just said, where is your
Your
seatbelt?
seatbelt. Yeah. Now, your seatbelt.
Where is your seatbelt?
Who said that?
Roger, the Godfather. So you know you better put that shit.
Tell. How could he tell?
Because he
How
can
Is
see
this a
you.
big strap that goes across your chest?
Oops.
You mean that 4-inch strap that goes
Yeah.
across like this?
How did you know?
Hey, what you got there, Paul?
Oops.
Brownies
Easy for us.
It's brownie time and bananas.
and bananas.
Bananas and brownies.
See that?
So I
He's getting,
Actually, I gotta get some candy.
he's
Actually,
getting his fruit
just
and
sent
everything in it.
my Breeze Unique to my daddy.
Oh, okay.
Getting that in a couple days.
Cool.
Did you get your Halloween candy?
Oh, geez. What's the
Lawrence.
day? It's not the 31st, is
the
it?
30th. Tomorrow's the 31st.
Lawrence, you got your Halloween candy?
I'm working
No.
Halloween.
I don't have Halloween candy.
So what happens when the kids ring your bell?
They don't ring our bell because we live in the basement on the side of the house. They go to the front and disturb them.
Oh, because they're scared.
Well,
So
your
what-
neighbors
happens?
your neighbors are gonna put a sign trick or treat down.
Yeah, that's his mother's.
And I turn the sign right back
sign on the
around
door.
like Bugs Bunny does and point it back that way.
Oh,
know,
my God.
Oh,
You see-
Mr. Crowley's got candy corn.
You know what's funny about candy
Love
corn?
candy corn, Sean.
My favorite.
I almost never got to eat any
I don't think that.
corn when I
I'm
was
sorry.
a kid.
Sean.
Did you know you can almost OD on candy corn?
No, you know what, Lawrence?
Yes.
I was never really able to eat it when I was a kid because
Why?
they always put it. They always threw it in your trick or treat bag.
Right, loose.
And
They put
my
it in
mother
loose.
wouldn't let me eat any of the open candy.
That's why I eat so
Right.
much of it now as an adult to make up for what I missed.
You know,
Yeah, we weren't allowed to eat anything open or
Right.
anything that looked like it'd been like you'd have a needle in it. My
When
dad
we
checked.
were little,
LSD.
but now keep in mind, when I was little, we used to have 5 or 6 bags this big, brown paper bags this big, full of candy, and the mountain was so big that your mother had to sort it out with the open and closed. Anything that went in the open pile, you could forget about.
You used a pillowcase. That was the best way. Is use a pillowcase
Yeah,
and get 2 masks. You bring 2 masks so you can go around the house and go hit it again. You hit the house twice. Every house.
And I will tell you, my dad would go through our candy, and our candy would be half gone when we got it back. And I'd just be looking at Dad and go, "What are you eating?" "Nothing." "Yeah, you are. You eating my candy?" We're such bad kids.
It's a tax.
Because
Paul
I have
took
to,
me-
I have to make sure it's safe. And it'd always be the Snickers, the big bars. Have to make sure it's safe.
So Paul talked me into buying candy. So I went to the store, right? And I bought this one bag of candy and a bag of the Kit Kats. And the guy is telling me, oh, you got to get another one of these and another one of these. I'm like, why? He goes, because they're buy one, get one free. So now I have a big
Ready,
shopping bag
Rose.
full of candy.
One.
Go on, Paul.
I think I froze.
Oh, you're all right.
Yeah, you
So,
froze.
Paul,
Two.
you got the shipment from
Oh, you're good. You're good, pal.
from
Three.
Amazon, Paul.
What's that?
Okay, guys, I'll be right back on. I have to go inside.
Okay.
Okay.
You got your Amazon.
You know what's
shipment
funny,
candy?
Paul?
Yeah.
Just showed 3 pans of candy, right?
Yep.
One for the kids, 2 pans for Paul.
That's right.
So, Paul, whatever candy these kids, if they don't ring this bell, Paul, I'm shipping this candy to you.
155 pieces of.
You know what? I don't believe there's 155. I want to count them.
Well, and I got two
You
unopened
know what happens?
bags.
No, but you know what happens, Paul, when you start counting them, right? You say, well, I haven't had that one in a while. Let me check it. Paul,
Well,
stop it.
Paul-
Stop. Wait. Hold on. Stop. Put that bowl back up. Because I
all
noticed,
these Snickers.
no, Paul, I noticed that there were no peanut M&Ms in there. And I heard what you did with the peanut M&Ms.
Yeah.
Where's the peanut
You
M&M?
separated them. He separated them, dude. He said, I'm keeping the good stuff for me.
That's it.
Mm-mm-mm.
Well,
Oh,
in this bowl,
What's up,
is
EBR?
probably only about 65 left.
Hey, EBR.
Yeah. What's up, brother?
Hey, EBR, are you a member of those guys, New York City, on Facebook? Put a 1 for yes or a 0 for no. Because if you are not, then I'm going to have to, are you even on Facebook? And I didn't know that there were so many people that weren't on Facebook, yo.
Yeah, I wasn't until you guys talked me into doing it.
Listen, let me explain something. Facebook started out okay, so people started turning
I
into
can't hear you
internet
guys
games.
at all.
Roger,
You can't hear us.
Can you hear me, Roger? Roger, don't say anything. Okay, now speak.
Be very, very quiet.
Roger, can you hear me?
I kill rabbits.
Why, you hunting rabbits?
Oh,
I'm a rabbit swayer.
don't do Facebook, man. Okay, what about Instagram, EBR? If you do Instagram, I'll give you an FPV site.
Where did Roger go?
He
He
couldn't
couldn't
hear
hear
us.
But he
anyone.
couldn't hear
And
us.
for some reason, it's always that issue when he comes in.
Well, we know now it's not Hangouts.
Well,
No, and it was happening to Kim too. When he and I go on, normally he can't hear.
Wow.
And he has to go out and come back in.
So, yeah, Paul, hold on just a second.
I have too many.
I'm
drinks.
sorry for
Hi, Rick Halver.
EBR.
Well, I
man.
took your lead and I went out and got the candy
There you go.
for the kids. you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So the guy said, if you buy one, you got to get the next one free.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
One of these and one of these. So he said, you buy one of these, you get one of these free. You buy
Yep.
one of these, you get another
Yep.
one free.
Yep.
So I got 2 of these and 2 of the Kit Kats.
There you go.
And I already opened the Kit Kats.
Yeah, well, you got to test them. You got to make sure they're
Because
good.
you can't get a kid's candy if you don't know how good
That's right.
it's any good.
That's right.
Is that right, Val?
That's wrong. Poor kids are gonna come and they're gonna be like, "Where's my damn candy?" I ate it all.
Well, no,
That's
not
that
that I
good.
ate it all, but you got to test it to make sure that it's good.
Hey, Eber.
Here's what's in my drawer.
EBR, are you on any social media?
And
Excuse me.
Eber may not be. He may just be
He
here. and
just said
maybe-
he's not on Instagram. He's not on Facebook. I was trying to put him down with a great FPV group here in New York called Project Zen. Mr.
Ooh.
Crowley and the Hawk 6 looks awesome. Love the
Eber,
red
drone
thing.
life.
Can you show that again, Mr. Crowley?
Rick Halber. Ooh, pretty.
Now those
Look at
blades
that.
are
Yeah.
those are 6-inch props.
Those are 6-inch props.
Those are wicked looking blades too. Those are
Now,
wicked.
can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
No.
All right, now I have the regular props on my bird right here, right? And I've seen those props. Is there a
These
preferable
are Azure.
difference?
Azure has a hockey stick in it.
Paul.
Right. What's the difference between those in performance and these? Those are more aggressive.
Chris.
These are smooth. The
And
one Azure that I had on here before, the 5-inch ones,
Yeah.
it was much smoother flying. And
Okay.
when I had the Avon props, the Avon props were more aggressive, it seemed like, versus these. But I don't know how this is going to fly. I haven't flown it with a 6-inch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey,
So
Roger.
I hate
Roger.
to say this. Hey, Roger, can you hear me?
And that's the one, Mr. Crowley, that you extended the arms out another inch to make it a 6-inch from a 5-inch, right?
Yes.
Roger, can you hear us?
Yep. And I put a battery mount protector on it.
Is
so
your
it protects
speaker
the
turned
battery.
up?
I can't hear nobody.
We can
I'm at
We can
microphone,
hear
Yeti,
you.
microphone.
We can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you just fine.
You may not know that. Good evening, Rick. Okay, I could
Select
say.
speakers.
Well, I'd be interested to see how that flies. And to be honest,
I hear you.
I'm happy with my 5-inch birds.
Yep.
Maybe that's because
You hear us now, Roger?
Yep.
I'm
No,
only
you can-
interrupting Novice because it's not his show, and Herman said I could.
Well, he can hear us now.
Yeah, I
Hear
can
us
hear you.
now?
Sorry,
he can
Novice.
hear-
Go ahead.
he can hear us all.
All right.
Rick Halber says, "Can you hear me?"
The only reason I did it was
We can hear you.
Lawrence was that EBR did it, and he said that the difference was phenomenal between just how it flew. It like woke the bird up, and it was smooth, real smooth, and just really
Nice.
Or
Like-
cinematic.
it took off.
Well,
Look at
no,
the
there are
control.
certain props that are aggressive, and then there are props you use for smooth flying. And then
These ones are a little more on the aggressive side. I feel the angle looks like it's there.
Right.
Has
All right,
anyone
well,
gotten that
post
Mavic Mini, that DJI Mini?
Well, a couple of guys ordered it.
I'm
I
gonna-
did.
Order it, Sean?
I will
No,
pass.
my wife won't let me.
Phantom ordered it.
You did?
Yeah.
Not yet. I got to go down to the store.
Paul was going to order it, but they closed the site on him, so he
Yeah,
couldn't
it
order
crashed.
it.
Oh my gosh.
And so Roger then forbid me. He said that was a sign from heaven. You're not to
Yep.
order that.
Yep, that's right.
Well,
Yeah,
you can
because I'm
call-
thinking that that's going to be kind of a sweet bird.
Yes. Yep. And we
Well,
had Philly was on
curious.
with us this morning. He was having a hell of a time, wasn't he, Herman?
Yeah,
He couldn't. Should I? Shouldn't
Yeah,
I?
he
Should
was-
I? Shouldn't I?
yeah.
Shouldn't I?
I think
Yeah,
we
you
were
know he's
riding
gonna
him a
buy it
little
anyways.
hard too.
He'll
No,
buy
It's,
it.
it's a case. It's a case of the I wants, and you have to figure out it's an I need or an I want.
Well, we don't need any of it, but
Yeah, you might. Lawrence, do you need a Mavic Mini?
I'll pass.
You really gonna pass?
Yes, I will pass, definitely.
How come?
I have enough toy grade drones up here. I have this one I won in a contest. I have this one here. No
not the
need.
same.
And the money that, to be honest, for $400, I could get a pretty nice racing drone.
So,
of them.
Rick Halbert,
I'm
do you
not gonna
not want
lie.
us to talk
You get
Mini,
two
or
of them.
should we be talking
Yeah,
Mini?
exactly.
Well,
Or I can transition to Crossfire, which is what I really want to do. For $400, I'd be able to transition to Crossfire and get a racing drone with a Crossfire receiver inside it
Yeah, it'd be
for that
close.
price.
It'd be tight. You'd probably have just enough.
well, I don't know.
Lawrence,
seems
have you
like
looked
it's
at
pretty good.
the FPV like drone sales on Facebook?
No.
Oh my God, the prices on there are
Nice.
phenomenal for like Martins.
To me, Facebook is like early eBay. You send your money and you may get a box with a picture of your item in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can't trust it. And
Oh,
and
okay.
here in New York, there were too many people on Facebook selling merchandise
That they didn't have.
going and just getting robbed and stuff.
Okay.
I'm not with that.
Well,
Yeah.
I
So-
was yes.
Huh?
You were about to say something.
No, I was just gonna ask. See, I haven't watched YouTube all day. I've been doing other stuff and had to get my stuff ready to ship out and things. So, is there a lot of talk about that mini online right now?
Oh, yes.
We're just talking.
So, is everyone sick of hearing about
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roger is.
No, I won't
he's-
bring it up then. I just didn't
Well,
know.
you can talk
I was
about
just
it.
curious.
No, Rogers, he's disappointed that he can't have one. But
We actually did talk about it in the first 15 minutes of the show.
yeah,
Did you? Okay.
When I first heard the specs, what it had, I kind of was like, why do I need my Mavic then? Because I have the Mavic Pro, not the Mavic.
Well, hold
Unstarted
on.
drone,
The only
but I'm
difference,
sick about it.
the only
Yeah.
difference between the Spark and the Mavic Mini is the camera on the Mavic Mini is better than the camera on the Mavic Air.
and the 3-axis gimbal.
Right,
Exactly.
3-axis gimbal
And
is
it's a
awesome.
They
Access
put
gimbal.
this camera on it.
Yeah.
So I got to tell you,
That's all they did.
Basically.
the beautiful footage Roger took when we were staying out there
Uh-huh.
on that Spark. I mean, you can keep telling me it's getting better, but it was beautiful.
Well,
That
you know,
footage
if
you did,
all five,
Roger, beautiful.
all
I don't think you need something better than that.
if all 5 of us on the
Just
chat
go to Spark.
each threw in $100, Roger could have one.
You hear me, Val?
Huh?
It discoed the Spark.
What's
Mavic-
this?
Oh, if you
The
each threw in
Mavic
200, I could get one too.
Discontinued the Spark. The Spark.
The Spark has
throw
been
in 500.
The Spark has been discontinued for the last 2 months.
It's
that I
too
know of.
close to the air, so they made it a toy grade drone.
Forget the Spark.
Yeah.
I like the Spark. I thought that was he did.
It's not. It's
Your
not
footage
totally.
was-
Oh,
Beautiful, Roger.
it was nice for what it was.
Throw it on the ground.
But
What?
technology keeps
Just
moving
take it and
ahead.
throw it on the ground.
I think I'm gonna have Rory do a ninja bunny on you, Sean.
So
Aw.
basically, what they did was they took a Mavic and they put the camera from this on it.
Yep.
I'm going to tell you
Oh
what
no,
they
it's a
did.
much smaller camera.
I'm gonna
It's
tell you
3
exactly-
axis just like that. And it's
Hold
it's-
on,
it's
guys.
2.7.
What they did exactly was they tested the Spark on you for a setup for that Mavic Mini.
Yep.
Plain and simple. It doesn't have front obstacle avoidance. It only has the sensors on the bottom to tell if it's about to hit something or the ground isn't level, but that's about it.
Oh
Right?
really?
You're getting a half-hour battery time and you're getting a drone that's lighter than 250 grams.
Rick,
The
I agree.
Spark, I've seen people fly the Spark 1.5 miles, 2 miles away in winds. This thing is half the weight of the Spark and can go further than the Spark. So
Right.
how many flyaways do you think they're going to be? On
I
the
don't know.
first day to
I
go?
don't
None.
know.
None.
I don't know,
Absolutely
because-
none.
Has to do
because
with
Zero.
GPS issues.
The air signature of it is so small. It's like throwing a frisbee. Why does a frisbee fly as far as it does?
Yeah.
Because
Oh.
it's only so much air.
Well, it's because of aerodynamics and with the pressure of wind flowing down
Yep.
based on the rate of ratio of a pie, it kind of makes it float.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you. Go ahead, Roger. Sorry, Roger. What were you
And
saying?
the regulations here in Canada, you do not need a basic license or advanced license to fly it.
Oh,
Okay,
You're allowed
and
to-
thus,
You're allowed to use it for commercial use.
all
if you
right,
want to.
but
But you say for
Roger,
commercial too?
this
Yeah.
is the major threshold that people have to realize when you fly drones. There's toy grade drones.
Yeah.
This,
Yeah.
okay, and then there's consumer drones.
Yeah, but there's a third one now.
Well, now they just combine that.
Consumer toy drones, because DJI's put so much technology into this one.
Right. It
Right.
really is.
It's-
I'm gonna
it's
be
above
honest.
and beyond what you have on that wall.
The only way I'm going to fly one is if one lands in my damn yard.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, Novice. So I want to record that. Hold on. Let's see if I can get a screenshot because I'm going to play it back when you're flying it going, ooh.
When I heard how far it went, that
You're
was
gonna
the
love
thing
it.
that got me. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
into that drone that follows you
Go in
around. I don't need that. I don't need people
Yeah.
following me. I had that enough when I was a kid. I had the cops
Well,
and everything else.
and the other thing going along with that, Val, is I remember back, and Herman does too. I think there's a recorded archive of it that when Navas said, "I'm never going to have a Mavic."
Yep. I think we have it somewhere.
Yeah, it's on
Hey,
one of
Jay
these.
Santiago. So I remember Navas
some
talking
reason-
about the Spark saying it was a girl drone. So what is this? A baby drone for babies?
A girl.
I'm gonna
drone.
be honest with you.
I mean,
It's DJI's answer to that Zing or Xiaowing drone that Banggood has for $400 that has GPS and a 3-axis gimbal that people were going out and buying for $300 and something.
That and the Anafi.
well,
And
right, and
exactly.
it's replacing the Spark.
Right. So you're knocking out 4 birds with 1 stone. Ping,
Yeah.
ping, ping. You
I
know?
like something with a little more substantial to it, right? So I would think if I had $400, I just try, because I don't, but I just try to save up for like a Mavic Air, a Mavic Pro, or something like that. I don't know that I'd go to
But this has a
something that
better
was
camera than a
mini.
Mavic Air.
Matt,
Well,
does it
this
have better
is-
than Mavic
It
Pro?
has a better camera than the Mavic Air, and it shoots in
You think so?
and it shoots in true 2.7K, which is still considered low end HD.
But
You're going to
doesn't-
be finding
the
them on
Mavic
every
Pro
street corner
shoots in
with
what?
no register number.
What's
No
that?
need to find
The Mavic Pro shoots what?
The Mavic Pro shoots 29.97 frames per second, 30 frames per second.
It's
Now,
not a
if you take
60.
the
In what?
if you take the Mavic Pro and you lower it down to 1080,
No, but I'm
you get
saying,
120. If I'm
so-
correct, you can get 120 frames per second.
so roughly it's the same camera. Because that's
Yeah.
the same thing I was saying when they came out with the Mavic before. When it first came out, I said
Right.
all they did was take the camera off the P3 and put it on a different platform.
Right now, Geeks Vana is right. The Mavic Air is 4K. It's
There you go.
the Mavic Air is 4K at what? I don't know anyone that owns one. I
Yeah,
do know the
more than
Mavic
30
Air,
frames per
the
second.
Mavic Pro is 4K at 30.
Don't
What's
you
crazy-
own a Mavic Air, Paul?
Yes. At 30 frames per second at 4K, 60 down at 2.7.
So
2.7.
basically,
And those are the specs on the Mavic Mini.
cameras are overlapping each other now.
Yeah, that's basically what
It's
they're
not
doing.
a
In fact,
cinematic or
someone,
top-end
in
drone.
fact,
Can't expect the quality
Osteloff, the guy who
capability.
leaks, stuff that everyone hates, earlier, yesterday or the day before, he said, so now your cell phone can fly. Your cell phone camera can fly.
Yep.
Well, I know if it has 60 frames per minute, then you can do all the slow-mo stuff with it. But I gotta tell you, I just think
I'm sick.
I
ate
think
too
when you
much
buy a
meat.
toy, you get a toy, and I think it's more of a toy.
Oh,
Sorry.
for you, though.
It's basically the same as the Spark.
No,
Sure it is.
Spark is
No,
heavier.
it's better than the Spark. And the reason
Only
being,
camera.
and the reason being, yeah, the 3-axis gimbal, because one of Roger's big complaints about his Spark is when he does a side slide, the camera does this, So when he does a pan side slide, the camera's wonky.
I don't think it was the last photos he took. I watched them. I didn't think it was
When
wonky.
I was doing that dog race against that quad, when I stopped,
That was
like that.
You want to see the rest of my drones?
it's a great toy, but I don't.
No,
think
you
it's
keep your
better than
pants
Hey,
on.
that.
Mr. Crawley,
That's
we don't
right.
have to worry about that stuff in FPV, right?
Nah,
Yeah,
I want to do stuff with the with an FPV. I want to definitely go to 7-inch.
I
want
will
to
go watch
6S,
Ikechana.
and I want GPS.
3-axis gives.
And
this
I found one,
camera.
a kit for a 790 Star Sky drone. It's on eBay right now for 120. That's what the winning bid is right now.
Okay,
And it comes with 6S motors.
interesting.
Yeah. It's
Hey,
everything you need for it except for the receiver.
I'm not messing with 6S. Geeks Vana says Ready Set Drone has a review that he thinks was very well balanced.
On
I
what?
think
usually
Ready, Set,
watch
Drone.
I usually watch Ready Set Drone because he's one of the few reviewers that I actually respect. You know, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Excuse me
I
one
think he's a
second.
great reviewer. But
I
that's just my humble opinion on that. Everybody
you should get
reviews
one, Val.
something. Huh?
I think you should get one.
Here, Val.
Nope.
Oh, look at Val.
What
look
is
at
that?
Looks like
Roger, what the
Halloween.
hell?
Halloween
like-
candy.
Candy,
It's
toffee.
Toffee. Oh, I love toffee. Just enough to take your teeth out, but
yeah.
not enough to actually break them, just to jump them right out. Oh, you think I need to get my tooth pulled? No, I'll just have toffee. I'll take care of it.
Well, and you can get this.
See, that one's
get the
fine.
soft-
That's a 5-inch.
Yep, this is E-Sheen.
Wizard.
220.
That's an
Wizard.
E-Sheen Wizard X220.
Lawrence.
Okay, so I have a question. If we're going back to talking FPV,
Hey, Lawrence, I got
how do
some
how do
propellers
they
like
name
that for
these
you.
things? Mine doesn't have a name at all, does it?
What happened, Val?
The Valerie Special.
It doesn't have a name. I just call it the
Val,
little
you should
jet,
not
but
hang it by the strap like that because you mess with the integrity of the strap. Especially if you use that strap. It's not a purse, Val.
You hold it like this gently so
Pal,
you can
pal.
present it.
So see, now you got me calling you pal. Please, Val.
Presentation.
Val.
But what do you call? What do you
About
call
the
these?
same thing.
It's not a
I'm about to have a
wizard.
stroke here. You're mishandling that bird.
Martian, too. No, Martian 1.
Lawrence says you call that abuse.
Yes, yes. You might as well take a small puppy and grab him by his
I'm
collar.
calling mine a Mamba. It's a Mamba 5.
No, you can't do that.
Okay,
Okay, mine
what
has
is-
the Mamba motors.
Val,
Yes,
what is the flight controller that's in it?
it's a Price guy.
No, the
It's
receiver.
an RXS with the
The
It's about the
receiver.
same size,
No, the
almost.
board that's inside. I was asking because usually you name it
Oh.
after that, or you name it after the frame. You name it after the
So
flight
I
controller
just
or
call it a Space One.
a space
That's
one.
easier. Mhm.
There you go. That's the name of your bird.
Okay.
Kim got
No, I
a nice gift. Kim got a nice gift from.
Diatone 548
How
I
many?
know.
million.
Corey Mano.
Okay.
Corey Mano sent Kim a care package.
Okay,
Did he really already?
Yeah.
He only quit smoking 2 days.
3
Corey,
days. It's going on his 4th day.
which I'm very happy
That boy
for him
is not
for.
smoking anything. You can tell because when you talk to him, his eyes are really wild.
Yeah, because he's smoking
Like
crack. He stopped doing that. Regular cigarettes. Now he's smoking crack.
Good, overexcited, good. Thanks, Rick Cowboy. I'll watch that one too. I just
Then
I
you got a
wanted to
drone.
say about it. Rick,
Everybody else,
I'm
everybody
gonna
gets
tell
good
you,
deals, man.
Got him
Tim
going
is
crazy.
dying. So, but he's doing it. He said he would. So,
Plus, you got those Cruella DeVille eyes going like that when she's.
oh my God.
The spinning.
No.
Little,
He's upstairs hanging way out the window.
no, it's like this.
So Rodzik won't smell the cigarette smoke.
I gotta tell you,
Little
he,
fan going.
you can tell he's not doing it because of just his eyes and the way he looks when he's looking at the camera. I mean,
Okay,
he's
so
having a
Val,
time.
imagine how he's
Gateway
gonna.
drugs.
Okay, Val. So if he's looking like that, imagine how he's gonna look when he sees you. When he sees you come back up there, somebody's in trouble.
After not smoking,
I am happy he's not smoking. I think that is so cool.
Congrats to him, and I hope he's very successful.
Oh,
Yeah,
he.
Lawrence,
I
he
think
took the
after I
422.
rewatched my interview with Kim and Roger the other night because AZ Drone went and watched it. A couple other people.
What you say, Herman? He's out the window with a very long straw.
he cut the 422.
Yeah, he doesn't do any smoking.
Nope,
So
for a
I
fact,
gotta
know
say,
that- I know
it's
the
hard not to
420
be proud of him.
For a fact, I know the 420 he stopped because I'm the one that usually gets it for him. So
Roger started.
Yeah.
Well, see, Roger's
Roger's smoking now.
that's because he has another
Hey, Ron.
mule coming
Yeah,
in. You just don't know about it.
that's right.
That's what it is.
No, he's just off. I rewatched my
See, went
interview
down
with
to
them,
get the mail on the tractor.
and I think if you watch it, you'll see that these guys, Roger and
Lawrence,
him, when they
Yeah.
put their minds to something, there's
Go see
nothing they
Marvin.
can't do like that.
I'm a
They
time.
just have
When
to
you
put
gonna
their
work
minds
with it?
to it.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, I just think these guys are just tough Canadians. That's all I can tell you.
When you gonna work with it, Crawley? All I can say is congratulations to him. But I seriously
Yep.
believe, Roger,
Mhm.
that he just eliminated you and found another mule, and now he's flying FPV.
Hanging way out the window upstairs.
Right, he can fly to the road, fly right back. You'd never know.
He starts disappearing on the tractor more.
Yeah, I'm going to get the mail.
He's got
Why?
one of those very long cigarette things, you know, with a cigarette way out here.
Yeah, the
Why is
Corolla.
him way out in the middle of that field, just sitting there on the tractor,
Yep.
like 20 minutes.
Y'all are really bad.
Well, thank you very much.
Very
Take a
bad.
half hour to get the mail.
You should have saw how they were ripping them while you were traveling home. I even had to come online and get into it.
When you say
Eric Oliver, I saw his interview, his review from Drone Valley. It was a very good review he did. Yeah, he was very excited about it for sure.
I think
Rick,
that's
did
what,
you order
how
one?
these guys make money. They just get overexcited about this stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw Ready Set Drones and I saw Drone Valley.
Which
You know
one
what?
was a more unbiased opinion?
Drone Valley. He really enjoyed it. Really.
You'd want to know who I want to see do a review on it?
The dynamic range.
Your boy Ken Herron.
And here.
Because I want to point out something. Ken Herron got to meet up with Scott Perezinski at Spin Up. And standing next to Scott Perezinski, he was able to fly with that aviator perfectly without any issues. Now there's a few things, pros and cons to that, because it was probably one brand new out of the box and not a loaner one. But it would be interesting to see him do a review on the Mavic Mini.
And the
much
updates on that.
He'll probably have it hatch out of an egg or something silly like that, you know. But when he does a review, believe it or not, whether it's good or bad, people are going to believe his word like it's God.
Well, all I know is that as far as that controller is concerned, I saw 2 problems with the Phantom 4 Pro V2.
Yep. Yes. It's worked with Mavics and everything else.
We know there was one actual one that didn't work. We know that for a fact.
Are we going to do a drop
But,
or what?
Whatever.
Yeah, we could.
Whatever.
Skydio 2 in November.
Stupid,
Yeah.
quit smoking, get a big
Oh,
drone.
cool, Rick Oliver.
You're getting the Skydio?
So is Paul. Paul's getting one.
Paul's getting one of everything.
I can't wait for Paul to get it, because when he doesn't,
Why would you even
like,
be
he doesn't
surprised
fly
that
it,
Paul's getting
then
one?
one of us get it.
And,
We just have to wait long enough for him to go, yeah, I don't like it.
Michael ordered a Skydio too.
Yeah.
You know what? Where are y'all
Yeah,
getting
I
all
don't
your
know
money
what
from?
Skydio
Can I just
Narco
ask?
ordered one as well.
What happened, Val?
Who?
I
That's
want to
what I-
ask, where y'all getting your money from? Because these things are expensive, and every
Val,
time I turn
Val,
around,
Yeah,
Val,
Val, ask him
Val.
serious questions.
Val, I would like to
You're
know,
asking
too,
some questions
They-
that,
plain and simple.
personal.
Paul will tell you, pimping ain't easy.
That's right.
You're asking a lot of questions.
well,
you
I
don't
know
wanna
where
the
Paul gets
answer
his
to.
from. He just hits the corner with Mia.
Yeah.
Please, drone parts,
Yep.
drone parts.
Yep.
Wait a
Like
minute.
But where's
that much
everyone
money?
else? Oh
Perfect.
my
I have
God.
the
On the
perfect
corner with the
picture.
dog.
Let me find this picture.
My wife's buying me one if I quit crystal meth.
But the dog or the drone?
A drone.
Oh, okay.
I think he has his rabbit out humping for money.
If you stop the crystal
say that
meth,
wrong?
you'll save money, and you can
Yeah,
buy.
exactly. To buy a drone.
I'm at a time and point right now where if I actually did this, I would probably make some money.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I'm willing
That's
to
all
do
I'm
this.
saying.
Yeah, that's me.
I'm willing to do this to get a drone. Seriously.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
That's a Queen Street.
I was going to say,
that's the problem.
It is tough.
I
'Cause
could
you'll
see.
be out
I
there
could,
with all the other people trying to get one.
I could see that. Right
Hey,
downtown Manhattan. Yeah.
But
I'm
you
gonna go to
wanna
the
know
four-way
what?
stop sign up the street with a sign.
Oh my gosh,
Go
guys.
work for drone.
Hey, are all you guys familiar with the Drone Origins Security Enhancement Act?
What's that?
The Drone Origin Security Enhancement Act.
Sounds like a drone on steroids.
Well, what it is, it's something that was proposed to the House that they're trying to come up with for all government agencies to not use any of the drones made outside of the United States, and like such as China and those other places that they worry about.
Oh, good.
Well, I'm not American, but I do back that up 100%.
That would bring business to our country.
Okay,
I mean,
so government, I am selling
so-
this self-made drone here for a couple of million because I know you like paying more than it's worth. So come and get it. I think it flies. It should be okay.
So what their people and their agencies from using, purchasing, operating, providing any financial assistance or any contracts for the usage of UAS. So that's what they're trying to prevent.
Well, I'm 100% back with them. Yeah. But
all that'll do is that'll force
do it though.
That will force DJI to start building
Paul
drones.
has the grumpy man up.
Right.
Upset.
That's what they're trying to do, force those companies to come to the United States for manufacturing.
Yeah.
That's good. It's good.
Well, the problem with that is
Chrysler, you know?
The problem with that is that camera equipment, most of the camera equipment that is there is not made in the United States.
Nope.
Usually, if anything that you know of any quality is not made in the United States. So I don't know where this is going to go and how far. They probably just won't end up with nothing. So.
Well, I think it's going to open the door for more places. I think Skydio, isn't that made in the United States?
Yep.
I think they were a Kickstart thing. I think it's going to make more things get built here, but they're going to be more expensive. So we'll be overpaying for things again.
So the United States government will have a bunch of Skydios.
Yeah,
if they need drones, they'll just have Skydios.
With magnetic batteries.
Stupid Skydios.
That's not talking about your local municipalities like the police departments and stuff like that. That doesn't cover them. This is federal on the federal government level. So who knows?
Once they do federal, it'll just filter on down because we got a lot of people who don't want drones.
You'd be surprised how search and rescue would suffer.
Yep.
Coast to Coast Jones, how you doing?
Hey, Bill.
It's just like a lot of the proposals that's out there and all different things to ban and prevent other things. You know how much money you're going to lose and how much money other people have invested in something that other people try to stop? Not going to go without a fight.
Yeah.
Like here in the States, they've tried to stop tackle football for kids for the longest time.
Yeah, I know. Huh?
What did they get? They got no tackling during practice. Now here comes again with the talk with children under the age of 12 and under. So now here they go with this talk again, but Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, they have too much money invested. It won't go without a fight.
Skydio 2 is made in Redwood City, California.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. If the
So it's
rest,
here, so they
search
can
and
do
rescue
it.
don't put that beacon in the pocket of the person that they're looking for, they won't find them.
We'll just sew it in all our children's clothes. Little beacons. Oh, nice, Bill.
So when are they shipping it to you, Bill?
Bill's also going to be on Sunday night with those guys this weekend.
Nice.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Had Bill on the other morning
Okay.
before his daughter got up. It's the only time
Well, I
he came
told him
on.
the only way he can get a blue wrench is to come on the live stream. So
Nice.
Oh, it ships at the end of November. Cool.
So when are you getting your Skydio, Val?
I'm not. I'm still trying to
Oh,
find out where y'all
Rory.
get your money so I can go get me some.
Rory's eating the drones.
Well, I tell you this,
No.
Val.
Stop
Your
it.
Phantom, your Phantom will do the same video that this new Mavic Mini will do.
I like the Phantom. I think it'll last longer than that because it's already lasted long. And plus, I have all these FPV things I got to fly. So I got a lot of stuff. Hey,
Well-
cool, Vic.
Well, Val, you know why turtles live so long, right?
No, why?
They don't do much of anything. They don't move too fast.
Yeah, they
Right.
last longer.
Same as that Phantom. As long as it sits in that bag, it'll last forever.
That's all I'm saying.
Just fly it.
When?
Any chance you get.
I don't tell you everything I do, Herman.
We want to see. I want to see the videos. Where's the videos, Val?
I tell you, I had to hide even my flight, my FPV video, and my other
I want to
videos.
see it.
Which
Fly it in your
one?
house.
I think it could fly in my
You
house.
should post it.
Yeah,
Val.
just fly it slow.
Link sent Ray.
What, the
As long
Phantom?
as you get the satellites.
You may not.
Yeah, Kim and I were gonna fly it. I was getting him on Zoom this week, but after he quit smoking and I saw how he's looking, I thought, because he was just
Well, you know, Paul and I had offered to do it to help you out, but you never contacted us.
Yep.
I
That's
thought
right.
you were gonna contact me, Herman.
Now, how am I going to contact you when you want to go flying?
Yeah,
Do you want to fly is the
that's
question.
right.
You have to be the one that's going to fly, so I can help you while you're going to fly, not when I want you to go fly.
In the house.
If you want, I can contact you tomorrow and tell you to go out and go fly. But then, you know what?
Yeah, I know. I'm working the next 3 days,
has to
10
be
and
when
12-hour
you go
days.
fly.
So no
Val,
flying
do
for
whatever you
Val.
feel makes you comfortable. Don't listen to anybody.
It has
Thank
to be
you.
when you want to go fly. I
Crowley.
would help you.
Just fly the stupid thing, will you? The freaking drone, fly it.
Yeah.
Freaking.
You
Rory
were
said, "Good,
fly,
my drone."
fly Tiny Hawk in the 6 in the house.
Oh,
I hovered it. I'll fly it.
Vic, what's good, man?
I'm not gonna fly it room to room. I mean, I'll hover it.
Hey, Magnetic.
until, if that like, I don't know, that can cause some damage and some harm.
mm.
I don't think I should do that. Like,
What?
I wouldn't even be flying it; it'd just be hovering. I'd be too afraid to go through a window or break the china cabinet or into somebody's head.
I think you need to teach Rory how to fly.
He already knows how, Paul,
Oh, okay.
He's been teaching Mr. Crowley.
for a long time.
Yeah.
Full pics in the house. Ray, how you
What's
doing?
up, fellas? What's up,
What's
ladies?
up, man?
Hello, Ray.
How's
Hey,
everything?
Ray.
Roger,
What's up, brethren?
Crowley,
That one, sir.
So you got here,
Al,
B. We almost ready to get out of here.
Hey,
no doubt.
Are we gonna do a drop?
Let me just peek in real
Yeah,
quick.
we can do a drop. Let's get a drop. You ready, guys? You all ready?
I'm ready.
Wednesday night with those guys are sponsored by
Those
those
guys.
guys.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What happened, Val?
Every
Right.
time you guys are like you're getting a shot or something. What? Where's the excitement?
That was excitement.
Give
It
me $1 million.
sounded
I'll be
fine.
excited.
I was excited. I'm still excited. Look at me.
It sounded fine to everybody else.
What's up, Curtis? What's up, guys? All right.
Hey, Curtis.
Seven
Curtis,
man count.
stop.
Do it over. Do it over. Come on. Because according to Val, we had no.
Just act like you're
Oh,
kind of
okay, Val, can we hear you too?
Yeah,
Huh?
I
Are we gonna
didn't
hear
hear
you?
Val.
exactly.
I did it the way you all did it. Those guys.
Well, that
That's
was
what
because
y'all did.
that's
You're
how
not
you
going to
felt.
hear me
I do it
if
with
you're not
energy.
excited.
I use
Cool.
energy. I
All
even
right.
point at the screen.
All right, here we go. Wednesday night with those guys are sponsored by.
Those
Those
guys.
guys.
Yay!
Oh, God.
Thank you.
Okay, that was a little too much excitement.
That was exciting, right?
That was too much.
And the crowd roars.
Ray says, "What the hell did I come into?"
Right.
Desmond, you
Hold
didn't
on.
get a notification.
Desmond
Sorry about
Donder
that.
said he's late because he got no notification. Go right now to the bottom where that little bell is and click it and click all. Do the same thing with me and whomever else you want to know when they go live. If
Yep.
you do not have that bell clicked and you have all highlighted, you will not get
Big
all the
finger.
alerts.
Hey, Lawrence, you want to hear something crazy?
What's
This
that?
morning, I had to resubscribe to Canadian Drone Hub.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
For real?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't get the notification.
Yeah.
And I didn't get a notification for anybody.
What if you do not have that bell clicked and it says all, you will not get it all the time.
And make sure you hit the like button.
That
Yeah,
too.
all
That's
that good
right.
stuff like
That's
that right there.
I prefer the first one. That's
You
true.
prefer the first one. He doesn't care what
Don
you
was
like.
here early.
No,
What's
he
up,
didn't.
Curtis? How are
He's
you, brother?
Just being contrary.
I know
Curtis,
you've
Curtis,
been late,
Curtis.
Curtis, during the week. Magnetic interference, that's Kurt Blankenship from Long Island.
The wizard is here.
Yes, the wizard, the grand wizard is here. But
Magnetic
you have to click,
interference.
bell is clicked and all I am is a noob, LOL.
Noob.
Yeah,
worry about that.
resubscribed to loads of channels today. That's only because YouTube is going through their usual purge.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yep, I have had to
YouTube-
resubscribe to loads of
YouTube-
channels
Hold
today.
on,
Yep.
YouTube is like a bulimic person. Okay. They take all these subscribers, they take all these people, and then all of a sudden they have to purge themselves. That's
Yeah,
what
but-
YouTube does.
But how I mean, what do they use to come up with what?
I don't think they use anything at this point. I think they are so busy taking away subscribers that
Hello,
they're
Mr. Crawley. That's
we're beyond rhyme and
See that?
reason why they're doing it. Because I have to go through and resubscribe to people all the time, and it's getting tiring. I got to tell you this. The one complaint I've had really badly is I'm not new either, Desmond. You and I are not new. We know how
Right,
this works. They took 20 subscribers from me, and they were people that watch me, and I watch, and I had to go back and start subscribing to them.
Val, right now YouTube is going, and they don't even care.
Don't. Actually, I've never believed that before, but now I'm starting to
told
think
you,
that
Lawrence,
it's all
what
about
YouTube
trying to keep
was.
these channels small.
Tell you what YouTube was, Lawrence. It's just like Watson. It's a computer that sits in the room and it operates its damn self.
Herman
Yep.
is convinced that YouTube and the
And-
algorithms is a laptop or
Not even a laptop. It's a computer that sits in a room that controls everything and it
Desmond
does
Dundas, you said
everything.
you lost 82 today. Okay,
Wow.
I have right now. I have 3,851 subscribers right now. This morning, I check my number every freaking morning.
You have 3,000 subscribers?
3,872.
Holy shit.
I'm not complaining. You know why? As soon as you get them, YouTube will.
That's right.
So it's to the point now. I don't even care. I just look at the numbers, say, okay, I lost 23 today. I gained 3.
I have like 23 subscribers.
You know,
Yeah, I went under 1,600 by one, and then I got one that came back, and
And
I
I'm
don't know
gonna-
where it came from. And it's just getting to the point of being, I'm just,
well, you want to know what?
I'm kind of over it.
I do a lot of subscription whoring.
The
I do subscription
troubles
whoring. Seriously, everyone that I meet, you guys are having fun in the panel chat there. Everyone that I meet, I let them know I do YouTube. Herman and I spoke to a police officer the other day.
Yeah, I
He's
told
on
them
YouTube
about that.
channels. I don't care.
Oh,
I subscription whore all the time. And
No.
and now that I got business cards,
subscription whore?
huh?
You say subscription whore?
That's right. That's
That's
He's
right.
awesome.
just out there trying to find people with low self-esteem. Go ahead.
No,
Val.
Ray,
Yeah, that's kind of mean.
Ray, you had to be there because this cop was walking up on me and Lawrence, and we flashed the FAA badge. And,
Like they mean
and
anything
my
to the
man was
guy.
like, he goes, "Who you guys work for?" Those
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
That didn't go nowhere with him.
That's awesome. Those guys.
He did.
With those guys, man.
Oh no, I showed him those guys logo when he left us. He was writing down our YouTube channels. I was like, yo, check us out. We're on. He's on at this time on Wednesday. I'm on Sundays. He's like, really?
Hey,
And he's
you
like,
know
yeah.
what? You know what you ought to do is you ought to contact a badge company and have a badge made with your logo on it, and make some ID up, and where the
But
flips
no,
open
but-
like that, and you
but
you can
Paul,
flip that
he-
open.
Paul, we didn't even have the vest on. He was like, who you guys work with?
So I put it in the thing. I'm just saying, recheck
Okay,
your
there you
channels,
go.
guys. If you haven't been getting notifications, just recheck them. But know that most everyone on here who does live streams, we're really consistent with what we're doing. I mean,
That's
Novels
true.
is always at 5 o'clock on
But
Sunday.
I'm going to
Herman's
tell you,
always.
I've had to resubscribe
Are you
to
interrupting me,
Roger.
Novice?
I've had to resubscribe to
Are
Roger.
you interrupting me?
Uh-oh.
Were
Huh?
you?
Uh-oh.
What
He
happened?
did, Val. He did that. Yeah, he did it.
Yeah, he did. He
What?
did.
Heard him say,
did.
shut up.
Yeah, he did. And I heard him say, "Yo, hold on, woman." Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He had his finger up.
There.
He had
Where's
his
the
finger up.
love, Lawrence? Where's the love?
What the
There
hell's
was no
going
love,
on?
Val.
Hold
You heard him,
on,
Roger. You heard
woman.
him,
Is
didn't
that
you?
what he said? Hold on.
Yeah, he said, "Hold on, woman." You heard him.
And he said, deal with it.
All right.
Wow.
Put that in your pipe and smoke.
Get him, Val.
We're experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
That's all I'm saying. Oh my God. I don't even remember what I was saying, but I think it was really important, but now you're never going to know.
I
Lawrence?
don't know. I'm sorry. It's teacher syndrome. I used to teach high school students, and you have to take control of them, or else they run over you. And once I found that out, it works in real life too.
So,
Like for example,
Paul,
if someone's yelling at you at the top of their lungs, you just stand there and look at them like they're stupid. And eventually it comes around. They may be slow, they may be fast, but by looking at them like they're stupid and they're standing there all right, all irate, then
Okay, hold
they
on.
don't look at you and focus on you. They turn, they look around to see who else sees them so freaking crazy. It works. I'm telling you.
But you never do it.
you ought to try it with the children, Lawrence.
Val, your day
Lawrence?
is coming. I'm letting you know. It's coming. What's up, Curtis?
Hey, Curtis. Where'd he go? Because we're about to get out of here.
Where's Curtis?
Yep.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here.
There's
I'm here.
Curtis.
I'm
There
here.
he is.
Hey, Curtis. What? Did you get a new camera, Curtis?
No, I figured out what was wrong.
What was
it?
wrong?
It is a long, detailed explanation, but it's all
Hey,
in your
Curtis.
Windows settings. So everything's working now. I'm going to make a
Okay.
tutorial on how to.
Curtis's camera the other day was flickering.
Yeah, it's all gone now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of settings that you need to go in and adjust. And I had no idea about it, but did a whole bunch of research on it. And hey, everything works now. And I think I'm going to do a tutorial and show everybody how to do it. Your
Cool.
camera should be set up this way, which they don't set up normally this way unless you have like a laptop that you purchased with the camera attached.
Okay.
Where did Navas go?
I don't know.
I was going to say more stuff to him.
He's
you gonna
chewing
say?
on a rib bone or something. I
Have
don't
we done
know.
a drop yet?
Sorry about that.
Those guys.
Oh, we got to do it like this. Those guys.
Show him the mask, Curtis. Make it go.
Chewy.
Oh, gosh.
Well, we could do another drop because I want to get ready to get out of here and go find dinner.
It's those
Val, who's
guys.
going on live tonight? You?
So
Live?
who's going on live tonight? I think Centroid probably just tuned out. So we have Coast to Coast Drones at 8:30
8:30.
Eastern. We'll be on. So guys, you're going to want to catch them. And then
Okay.
11 o'clock tonight is Puddles and Furball, which is my channel, Val's Live. So guys, make sure if you have a chance, come
Are
and
you
see
going to
me.
be on there tonight, Val?
So
I'm
what
gonna
is
be
your
there
subject
every
matter going
night
to be,
at
Val?
7.
Puddles
Huh?
and Furball.
Yeah.
That's like a lint trap.
It's going to be Mr. Crowley.
What did you say, Curtis?
What is your subject going to be tonight?
I don't know.
Paul, Rick Oliver wants to
I
know if
don't
you got an email from Skydio today.
It's not going to be the Mavic Mini.
No.
Thank you, because everybody else is talking about it.
Rick, no, I
Yeah,
didn't.
we'll
I
be
just went and
that.
checked it, but that.
There you go.
We're going to talk about the Mavic Extra Large.
Yeah, everyone's talking about it. This is what I'm hearing because I brought it up today here, and yeah, it gets overdone, a little overdone. So
Well,
there'll be lots of
Curtis-
reviews out.
Curtis, you could always do a live show right now until 8 o'clock.
No.
Oh my
no, I
God.
just got home tired.
You do it.
Past my bedtime. Oh, it's okay, Desmond. No
Don't
worries.
think of it, Paul. My name's
Huh?
not there. Don't think of it, Paul. I'm not there.
Roger. Roger.
No,
Paul.
Roger.
no, I'm not there. No,
Mr. Crowley could jump in and do one. I'll jump on his show.
Yeah.
because
I don't
my,
want to go on.
my program starts pretty
It's
soon.
not enough today.
Yeah, I hear you.
Lawrence, what's good?
Nothing. It's dinner time.
Yeah, I know.
He's thinking
Let's
about
do this
showering
drop and get out of
Look
here.
how grumpy Lawrence gets when it's dinner time and
Yeah,
he's not
what-
at the table.
One more drop.
Keep
Okay, let's
poking,
do this
keep
drop and get
poking the
out of here.
bear, Val. Keep poking the bear.
Me and Chewbacca are ready to do the drop.
Oh, look,
You
look,
ready,
look at
Kurt?
Roxy.
Love you, Lawrence.
It's okay. I know. I love you too.
Curtis, hang on one second.
Hold it. I should have said that. I don't want Kim crossing the,
Uh-oh. It's
the
only 6
international
hours.
lines to come after me.
Hey,
Yeah,
Jay.
everybody. Wednesday night with those guys is sponsored by
Those guys. Whoop, 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 whoop.
I saw
No.
that, Paul.
No, Paul,
Paul,
no.
that was really scary, Paul.
Oh, I saw that, and I saw the nipple rings.
It's Halloween after all.
Yeah,
Oh, that's it.
that bring you nightmares in Elm Street.
Now
So
you
no
scared
Welcome
everybody
to
in the
Halloween.
chat
Halloween is officially here.
Yeah.
and fried all of the senses on the YouTube computer.
Happy Halloween to you guys, and
Happy Halloween, everybody in the chat.
Oh
Thanks
my
for
God.
stopping
Oh,
by and
are we,
hanging out
are we
with,
doing more or what?
with
Paul,
this,
Paul, stop. I'm
with this
getting
group of
off-
crazy
Paul, you
individuals.
just got to paint them red.
That's way too much white for us, Paul. Way too much white.
Paint
Thanks
black,
for
paint 'em
everybody in
black.
the chat coming in and hanging out with those guys and our panel here. Thank you, everybody on the panel, for coming and hanging out with me and Lawrence.
Well, I'm hungry, huh?
And I'll see you next time on Phantom Flight 101 with those